Evan, let's get to the conflict in the Middle East right now. It's been more than 17 hours. So far, the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas set to last for 3 days. That ceasefire so far is holding. Israel says all of its troops are now out of Gaza, and both sides say they're ready for indirect talks in Cairo. Egyptian officials say an Israeli delegation has now arrived in Cairo. CNN's Martin Savidge is standing by in Gaza City. Jake Tapper is in Jerusalem. Jake, the ceasefire, as we say, seems to be holding. What are you seeing there? What are you hearing in Israel? What are you seeing on the ground?
Well, there's a cautious optimism that this actually will hold, that both Israel and the group of Palestinian leaders who came together in Egypt will actually work to try to make this extended beyond the 72 hours. Just in the last few minutes, we've heard that the Israeli delegation has touched down in Cairo to meet with the intermediaries from the Egyptian government and other Palestinian factions, as well as Hamas, the group that the U.S. and Israel label as terrorist, which was elected to govern the Gaza Strip, and try to come up with plans beyond the 72-hour period. One of the initial goals, of course, is to try to extend the 72-hour period, because nobody thinks that any sort of peace discussions or peace talks will be quickly resolved. Wolf.
Stand by, because I want to go to Martin in Gaza. Martin, you had a chance to walk around Gaza today. What did you see?
Gaza City, Wolf, had a totally different feel today. It was as if everyone woke up and felt like, you know what, maybe this ceasefire, the 9th one by my count, really is going to work. There were a lot of people out on the streets. There were a lot of stores that were open. And those stores seemed to have a lot of products to sell. A lot of trucks on the streets delivering things like flour, like fuel, like goods that were being used. I think there was a sense that many people felt like, all right, let's start going home. Some of them began leaving those UN shelters and schools, although it wasn't clear where they're going to go. It said that there are 10,000 homes that have been destroyed or severely damaged. And then you go into those neighborhoods that are closer to the border with Israel, and you find that the devastation there is remarkable. It looks like it had been some kind of earthquake or natural disaster, but of course this was man-made. It was the result of conflict, weeks of it. The United Nations was projecting that maybe rebuilding could cost anywhere from $4 to $6 billion and take over a decade. Wolf?
Martin Savidge in Gaza, Jake Tapper in Jerusalem. Guys, thanks very much. In the Middle East conflict, radical factions, entrenched views, old hatreds, they help make for a struggle that has been very, very long term, with peace very, very difficult to achieve. I asked the
This is exactly where the area starts. This is the gate of Khuza'a. It was once upon a time Khuza'a, not any longer. As you can see right in front of us, the amount of destruction is not even believable. This is what an F-16 rocket looks like when they target empty streets with such rockets. The only aim of this is to destroy the infrastructure of Gaza, to destroy the streets, to make everything harder for those who are thinking of rescuing people who died here. There is still a number of people under the rubble until now. Ambulances are still coming to this area, and medics are trying to get the bodies out of the rubble. Right here, there was once a factory, but no more does it exist. Along our way to Khuza'a area, we have witnessed a number of factories that were destroyed by Israeli airstrikes and Israeli tanks. This proves one thing, that Israel did not only want to destroy Hamas, but they wanted to destroy the infrastructure of Gaza and to actually destroy any kind of an opportunity or any opportunity for a better economy in Gaza. And this is a proof. This was a factory. Now it's only rubbles. I'm standing right in front of a mosque that was demolished by Israel, and even the Quran was burnt, and the Quran was also a target to Israel's continuous crimes. This is what happened to the holy book of Quran in a mosque that is, I cannot even find words to describe what I'm seeing right now. It's the only place where people worship God, and again, it's also a target for Israel. I cannot even relate the pictures of Khuza'a before this aggression to the ones I see right now. I feel I'm in a total different place, in a total strange place that I don't even know at all. This is a gas station. Right behind the gas station, there's also a house that was destroyed. And then Israel claims that they only target militants and fighters. Those pictures do prove indeed that everything was a target to this Israeli aggression. So we're going up on the stairs to the roof to see the amount of destruction the entire neighborhood has actually suffered from. What's really interesting here is that despite the entire suffering, death, injuries, destruction, you name it, people of Khuza'a have gone through, they still insist on not leaving their lands. They're still standing right in front of their houses that are totally demolished, and they're insisting to stand on the rubbles of their houses to send a message that whatever Israel is doing, they would never kill the spirit of Palestinians. Arwa decided to take me around to show me what has happened to her neighborhood, Khuza'a area. And during our tour here, we actually got inside the house where we found an F-16 rocket that did not explode until now. So imagine such a big and huge rocket entering a house while people are sleeping in their beds and killing them. This one did not explode. Who knows if it did explode, how many would have been dead or how many would have been injured in this house where we are standing right now. We're standing right now in front of the door of the house where 6 people were executed by the Israeli occupation troops. 6 of them from this area were taken inside of this house and they were shot till they were dead. Their bodies were here for 10 days, and I cannot even find words to explain how bad it smells right here, as ambulances were not able to reach this area and take the dead bodies. Let's enter the house and see the massacre that was committed against those people here. 5 people were killed inside of this bathroom. Their blood is still on the floor, but their bodies were rotten, and one was executed and killed right here. As you can see, the blood is all over the place. I cannot even find words to explain what I'm seeing right now. You cannot even get inside here and smell how bad it smells, because Israel did not allow ambulances to reach. You can see the blood right now on the walls. This is the blood of people who were executed in this area. Israel did target the main infrastructure in Gaza, whether we're talking about water, electricity, sanitation infrastructure as well. Here right behind me is a water tower that was also targeted by Israel. Now Khuza'a does not have any more water access, nor power, nor even a cell phone network or coverage. So this area, what Israel is doing here is totally blacking out Khuza'a neighborhood or Khuza'a area. It's a scene of destruction. It's a scene of deleting or erasing an entire area from the map of Gaza. Kids told that they would actually enjoy the holy month of Ramadan just like any other country or any other children around the world. Those are the toys they used to play with when talking about Ramadan. But actually they were all buried just like their clothes were buried. We're looking at clothes of children, those innocents who did not do anything, but the only crime they actually were accused of is being a Palestinian living in Gaza. A humanitarian ceasefire was only an opportunity for Palestinians who live in Gaza to witness the Israeli war crimes against those who live in Khuza'a area. An entire area was demolished. It looks like it never existed on a map in the first place. This is only one massacre of number of massacres Israel committed against civilians in Gaza. Hala, Safadi Press TV, Gaza.